Welcome everybody. In today's video I will be showing you guys how to set up your own AFK macro on mobile in Fish so that you can AFK farm fish whilst being AFK at your keyboard. So let's get stuck right in by showing you guys how to set this up. You can do this on Android and iPhone. If you're on Android, I highly recommend you just getting any auto clicker. If you're on iPhone, this is what you want to do. So you pretty much want to get an auto clicker. So if you do go to the iPhone settings and type in assistive touch, a little bit like this, you'll be brought to the assistive touch menu, and this is pretty much what you want to go ahead and do. So you want to go ahead guys and turn on assistive touch. You will then go ahead and get a circle. If you press the circle, you will open up a menu. However, you want to set up a new gesture. So this is very important. You want to just tap and hold for 2 seconds, and then you want to have a 60-second delay in between each 2-second touch. So you want to press and hold for 2 seconds, release, and then you want to set a delay in between each press and hold 60 seconds. You will soon see why it needs to be 60 seconds later on in this video, but as soon as you do that, you want to save it. And as soon as you do that guys, we now got a fish macro. We now can go ahead and join fish, and we can now use the macro. Let me show you how this macro does work. If you guys want to adjust it for yourself, you can do that. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. It does depend on what fishing rod you do use. You want to have a rod where the control is high. A fishing rod where the control is high does increase the chances of you actually getting the fish. Unfortunately, there's going to be around a 60 to 70% chance of you actually going ahead and catching a fish. However, it's better than nothing guys, I'm going to be honest with you. So one of the good rods is the training rod. However, if you are pro in the game, you can probably use a rod of the depths and other rods. But this is pretty much how the macro does work. So you want to pretty much stand at a ledge, right? And then you want to press the button that opens up the macro. And then you can actually go ahead and see guys, if you do use the macro, it'll pretty much press and hold the screen for 2 seconds, allowing you to put the bobber in the water. And what basically happens, if you do leave the screen long enough, you do not even need to press shake. That is why the 60-second delay does need to be added to the macro, so it does allow time for you to actually catch the fish. However, you do not need to press shake. If you wait long enough, you don't need to press shake button at all. So yeah, you don't even need to press shake guys in order to catch a fish, as you can see. However, there's this like a 60 to 70% chance of you actually catching a fish without even pressing nothing, because the white bar on the training rod is so big. There's like a 70% chance of you just catching a fish without doing nothing. So yeah, this is actually a really good method, I'm not going to lie. However, you can adjust it to your own liking. Like if you've got the rod of the depths guys, you can probably use that rod. It does completely depend guys on what rod you use. Personally, if you're a new player, you can use a training rod. If you do have a rod such as a training rod and you get an enchant on it, such as controlled, that will increase the chances of you, the success rate of you actually catching fish. However, at the end of the day, you just want to set up a macro where you tap and hold the screen for 2 seconds. That will put the rod in the water, and then wait 60 seconds so that you actually catch a fish. And then you just want to set continuous playback on, so it's doing that over and over and over again. And by setting up that macro, you should be able to get fish without being at your keyboard pretty much. Other than that, that's how to AFK catch fish on mobile.